Hey everyone, this is Julien from Memory Cards. Today I am playing Elder Scrolls Legends. This is a card game made by Bethesda that draws its characters and its lore from the Elder Scrolls series. If you're aware of the Elder Scrolls games, then you'll probably recognize some of this stuff. And if you keep up with it and are a fan of the Elder Scrolls, really, then you're probably playing this, I assume, unless you're not a fan of card games. One of the things that I've found is that the community for this game seems kind of fractured, and I'm way on the outside of the community. So I don't know if there is even a strong community for this. I've done a little bit of looking around, and you'll see odd cases of a established YouTuber who did a video on this, um, but I haven't seen like really consistent content for this game from creators like YouTube creators or Twitch streamers. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm casual with this game and I've been on the outside of it, and I've only gone through I've only gone through two spurts of time where I've been playing this game consistently. Wow, my hair is looking a little crazy. So I first played Elder Scrolls Legends around the time that the Skyrim expansion came out. I believe it was the first big expansion for this game, and that was around maybe the end of summer 2017, maybe like start of fall, something like that. Um, I think that they had already done a Dark Brotherhood expansion that was like a story-based expansion, much like the story-based expansions you see in Hearthstone. So they do follow that same type of format, it seems, where they release a story mode, which consists of like bosses and different setup encounters, and you unlock cards once you complete it. And then they release an expansion that's just a set of new cards. So I think there's been two expansions for this game. And again, like if I'm wrong about any of this stuff, please let me know in the comments so I can correct myself. So what sets Elder Scrolls Legends apart is that instead of building a deck based around one central class or character, like in Hearthstone you would build like a priest deck or a shaman deck. In Elder Scrolls Legends, you build a deck that combines classes together, and you build a cohesive deck in that way. So when this game first launched, you could build a deck that was a combination of two different classes. And there are 5 classes in this game. You have strength, you have intelligence, willpower, agility, and endurance. I was just making sure my webcam wasn't covering that up. I've been moving around, trying to figure out which placement looks the best when recording this footage. So you have these 5 classes, and then you have a neutral class, much like you do in Hearthstone. I'll be making a lot of Hearthstone comparisons. It may become a little bit annoying, but it's like my biggest point of reference. So you have these 5 classes, and you could build combinations of them. So this information can seem like a lot, and maybe it's gone over your head. So this information may seem like a lot. Maybe some of it went over your head, and it can be a little bit overwhelming for sure. But the beauty of this game is that there really is no consistent meta. And again, like, that's just what I've noticed myself. There seems to be more openness, more ability to experiment. And certainly there are decks that are really, really powerful and can do very well. But this game really drifts away from RNG that so many people struggle with in a game like Hearthstone. A 2 attribute deck has 50 cards, and a three attribute deck has 75, and you can build beyond that if you want. You could build a 100 card deck, I think, but it's not recommended. You obviously want to stick at 50 or 75, depending on the level of attributes in your deck. I think that's enough explanation. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you. What I'm going to do now is play a couple matches, see if they're worth putting together. Hopefully I can get some wins, and I'll throw them in this video. I think I might try streaming this game soon. I think that would be fun. I mean, I really like playing this game and can play for hours like straight. It's really entertaining. So yeah, anyway, here are some matches. All right, I had to throw a hat on because my hair is looking absolutely bananas right now. Gotta tame that. That's fine. Okay, so the deck I'm going to be playing in this match is a agility and endurance deck. I still can't remember the what the colors are off the top of my head. Still not used to that. I probably should learn that if I want to play this game like long term. So not a great opening hand. A lot of end game stuff with my 9-cost red Brahmin. So yeah, this, like I said in the introduction, this game is a treat for people who are big fans of the Elder Scrolls lore. Much like, you know, in Hearthstone with World of Warcraft, all the characters from Hearthstone are generally derived from Blizzard's other property, World of Warcraft. So what this deck is a kind of like a dark resurrection deck, right? So like what the I think its endurance is purple. What the endurance class provides is a lot of resurrecting your cards. So I have the Falkreath Defiler, summoning stuff from your discard pile, and as well as the Soul Tear, which is a shout. The shouts were introduced in the Skyrim expansion. And then the real crux of this deck, and it's hard to pull off, but introduced in the Dark Brotherhood story expansion is a card called the Night Mother, which is a static support card that you can generate small enemies. I think there's 0-1, so just 1 health, and with guard, which is essentially taunt. Once your Night Mother card is in play, and then you kill 20 enemy cards, it does 20 damage to the opposing player. You draw 10 cards, and you regain 20 life or gain 20 life. So it's if you can pull it off, it's a game winner for sure. Okay, we need to decide what we want to do here. I'm guessing we're just going to slay the Barrow Stalker. And once we slay a card with the Falkreath Defiler, we can grab one from our discard pile. And I think we only have the Stalking Shadow Scale there now. So we'll put our Lucien Lehans down, which is going to also add slay, grab, +2/+2. And then so he's a 5/3 now. So he's going to want to remove this. And then we can... Do we want to... We're going to hold off on the Drain Vitality right now. I'm thinking I actually might want to take that Drain Vitality out and replace it with a different card, which maybe I'll show later. Because I think I can replace the Drain Vitality with another 1-cost neutral card called Word Wall that will upgrade my shout. And that way it's going to be easier to pull Soul Tear. So upgrading shouts, I'll explain that real quick. You have a maximum of 3 cards in a deck as opposed to 2. Like in Hearthstone. And a shout, once you play one, it upgrades the other shouts in your deck to a maximum of 3 times. So I would play this Soul Tear, and then the other shouts in my deck would become level 2. And then once I played a level 2 shout, it would become a level 3. But you have other ways of upgrading it. Like I said, there's a card called Word Wall. You throw that down. It's a 1 cost. I can upgrade this so it's a level 2. All the other ones in my deck become level 2. So I'm not sure why he would silence this one. I feel like Lucien Lehans is absolutely more important to silence, but that is okay with me. Telvanni Oathman may be a good play. The lethal here is scary. He stole that from Lucien. Do I want to silence that or save that? What I'll do is let's draw... Oh, there's nothing in my discard pile. That's why he wasn't as concerned. Okay, well, I can play my Telvanni Oathman. And that's going to give me a guard in this lane to protect me. And then we'll move on. So we'll see if he has any removal for this Risen Dead. So let's see. Let's go over runes right now, and I'm gonna speak to you like you haven't played this game before. If you have played this game, you're gonna know obviously exactly what I'm talking about. Probably notice all my mistakes and tell me about them in the comments. But I'm gonna speak to you like you haven't played this game. So just like in other card games, to win, you need to deplete your character's life or your opposing character, your opponent's character to 0. So he starts with 30. A major difference is that each player has 5 runes, and when those pop, you get a card that's from your deck. So at the beginning of the game, it randomly chooses 5 cards from your deck and adds them as runes to your life. And what's really cool is there are certain cards that have a flavor text and an effect called prophecy. Now, what prophecy is if one of these runes pops and it happens to be holding a card with prophecy, you can play that card immediately. I don't think I've had any prophecy creatures show up yet on my side. But I'll point that out when we see one. For the Emperor. It's okay, I think. I mean, it's not the best. This is a great card. This Penitus Oculatus Agent has the ability to steal whatever keywords are on a card. You notice that, like, the difference between classes and, like, there's just so much variety in this game. I love it. So we definitely want to Shadowfin Priest this, because that's a dangerous card for him. And then, shall we Soul Tear or drain the vitality of some of this stuff? Let's drain. Actually, let's finish this off. And then let's save the drain vitalities. I'll use one on this. And that way it's injured. And if I have another card that can remove an injured, another injured card, I can take advantage of that. Plus less damage on the board for him. So I really wasn't able, we're already in the late game, nearing 10 mana, which is the normal cap, although in this game, Elder Scrolls, it goes beyond that. Your mana never stops growing. It doesn't stop growing until the game ends, so if it's a long game, you can end up with something like 15, 16 mana. What does this do? Drain. Yeah, screw that. We definitely don't want that to have drain. Now, I think we want to remove it. My Slack is going off. Sorry about that noise. We'll mummify that. And then shall we... Can kill it with Drain Vitality. Let's grab something with Soul Tear. Lucian, I think, would be nice. And, shall we pop? Let's not pop his runes, because I don't want to give him too many cards that can potentially hurt me. So this game is available on mobile as well. I've played it on mobile, and I think that while Hearthstone is something you could definitely play on mobile and get away with, I would not want to... I would prefer always to be playing this on PC. Alright, so we want to get rid of his support that's giving his cards extra damage. Don't like that. And let's swing face. I probably should have swung before I dropped the Shadowfin, but it's okay, not punished. And we'll drop another Telvanni. So we're in a pretty good spot, even though... So here's a prophecy, the Mummify. We need to get rid of this Blood Sorceress ASAP. So let's, should we mummify that? I don't think so. I think we want to mummify lethal, right? Let's mummify the lethal. I can get rid of this easily next turn, and save myself from getting another 5 damage to the face. I'm gonna turn off Slack right now. So stop getting those notifications.
My friend would like to say hello.
Okay. Sorry about that. What do we do? Maybe Lucian. That's scary. Can Red Brahmin and shackle everything. I think that's probably our best bet. Red Brahmin, when played, is going to silence all of these and shackle them, which means they won't be able to do anything for a turn. So I think that's our best play. And let's get rid of these mummies. And then let's just get rid of that. Oh, and there's our Night Mother. That's perfect. So we can begin working on something there. Although probably not our win condition for the end of the game, because it's too late to be playing it. This is really something you want to play on turn 2 and start building, because considering the amount of enemies I've killed, I would be pretty close to 20. I think I've probably dropped a good amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so not quite 10, but decent. So probably want to get rid of his Storm Atronach. Maybe swing into that with Red Brahmin. We want to start resurrecting stuff again, and that means getting another Soul Tear or perhaps a Falkreath Defiler, which are the two main ways to go about doing that. I don't have every card, obviously, in this game. There's a lot of decks I can't build, or a lot of stuff I want to build but can't do it because this is a game that requires you to spend money if you want to get the full experience. While this game is free to play, you need to buy packs in order to get cards. You can play this game as a free-to-play game and build free-to-play decks and still have fun. And I recommend anyone to do that. But to play at the level that I want to play at, you definitely have to spend some money. And I have, for sure. I got some packs of the Morrowind expansion. I'm playing through the recent story expansion, which is called Clockwork City or something like that. Okay, so we have a ton of options here. I think we want to start going face, but let's get rid of his, let's clear up the board a bit. I can swing into High Rock and draw 2 cards, which is probably a good idea. And then let's go face here with everything. And then we'll put some stuff out on the board. So that's what this deck's all about, really. It's just about cycling your cards. He disconnected. I think I would have won anyway, but maybe he was playing on his iPhone. He shut it off or rage quit or something. I was in a pretty good position to win anyway. He would have been able to pull off some late game antics that may have thrown me off, but I think I had that one locked up. And that's just, not a confidence thing or a bragging thing. I just think I was in a good position to take that one. So we'll just knock him out right here as soon as this drains down. This is the roping in this game. This.
I am defeated.
All right, they conceded or they left. So there you go, first win. All right, for our next match, we are playing a Dagoth deck, which is blue, red, and green. So we have, what are these? Agility for sure, intelligence, and strength. So this is a 70 card deck, so lots and lots of variety. This is a deck that uses one of the main cards from the Morrowind expansion, Dagoth, as the win condition for sure. There are multiple win conditions here, but that's the one that truly sets it apart. So we're playing against a pure intelligence deck, so they are not going for much variety. So we have the ring this time, which is like the coin in Hearthstone, although you start with the ring, which gives you the ability to gain 1 magicka per turn 3 times. So I could use it to play Wardcrafter, but I think I'll sit with the ring because it looks like we have some mid-range cards that we'll need to probably ring out. So hopefully we have decent luck. Don't want to get another opponent who's just going to concede or disconnect. But I was doing really well with this Dagoth deck. It's inspired by some of the stuff I've seen other people play. It's like a drain heavy Dagoth deck. Although there are some cards that I don't have that would be a good fit in this deck, so I've replaced them with other things.
Your blood will spill.
How did... Okay, yeah. Thieves' Den. This is a support card. It gives all my characters Pilfer, which when I attack the enemy directly, when I go face, it's going to give me 1/1. There are cards with other Pilfer effects. A lot of draw. That's a popular Pilfer effect. Draw a card, a certain type of card from your deck. I'm really curious to see what other people are feeling about this game right now, because there's only actually one person that I watch on YouTube who uploads consistent Elder Scrolls Legends matches gameplay. So I'm not really sure like what the community is discussing, like what's going on. Like Hearthstone, it's so much easier to keep up with because the community is huge for that game. It's just a massive game. And very active, like Reddit for Hearthstone. You know, it's something that's constantly, there's news constantly about it. A lot of people report on it. This game, I don't often see stuff about it, like, which is shocking to me actually. I don't see a lot of it on gaming news sites, you know, journalistic sites. So I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I've just lived under some weird rock that has sheltered me from all news regarding Elder Scrolls Legends. Like I didn't even realize this Houses of Morrowind expansion was coming out, because when I was playing this when the Skyrim expansion came out, and I played for like 2.5-3 months, and then just kind of walked away from it. You know, like one day you miss a day playing it, or you miss like 3 days in a row playing it, and then that's it. So I'm in a pretty bad position here, actually. Okay, I need to do that, and then I need to Cradle Crush over here, get rid of that board. And that's all I can do right now. I probably need to start getting some of my health back, and that means Quinrall Brawler, a legendary, or Hand of Dagoth, which has Drain as well, and Ward. I think it's got to be Dagoth over here, though. All right, well let's Shadow Shift. Get rid of that. And then we'll play Hand of Dagoth.
Submit or come to die.
Do I want to leave it there? I could Archer's Gambit, but I'm hoping I leave it here so he goes and drives his Sundered Shade into it. But if he's got lethal in his hands for somehow, he might not even bother with that. If he can't kill me on this turn, and if he realizes, or if they realize that they can kill me, they're gonna go face here, but they might try to. Yeah, that's scary. Because if I can get the Sentinel Battle Mace onto my Hand of Dagoth, I'm gonna get 9 health back, which is super fantastic right now. Prophecy, perfect. Shackle that. Ooh, this is tricky actually. I think I'm going to save the Sentinel Battle Mace. Then we'll Vigilant Ancestor over here. And Brawler over here. And let's not pop his. I probably should have shackled one of these. I made a mistake with that for sure. That's okay, I think. Please don't have anything with charge or anything wacky like that.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
Deal 2 damage to your opponent. Okay, that doesn't have guard. Perfect. Okay, that's fine with me. Okay. Ward here. Bunch of health back. Do I want to play Deranged Corpus? I don't think so. That was a huge turn for us, though. Big turnaround. Gave him some cards, and he knows it. I'm just going to play the Corpus now. So hopefully he doesn't have an answer for what we just pulled off, but that was definitely a game saver. So, I know this is like an introduction video. I'm going to say it again. A lot of this stuff, probably, you have no idea what the hell just happened. But let me know in the comments, and I'll answer what I can. Break things down. But yeah, I recommend this game. It's really, really fun. It's accessible to some degree. I think it's more accessible than Hearthstone right now. At least where the meta's at. Like, I jumped back into this game after months away from it and immediately started just enjoying it again. Like, winning games and a good balance of winning and losing. Like, you know, Hearthstone, you can get on these rolls that are so discouraging of just losing games. And that's a bummer. All right, so we got the win here. That turn, our last turn, brought us back, and that's the power of the Dagoth deck. This card, really good. All right, everyone, thanks for watching this video. I'm gonna be doing some more Elder Scrolls content over the next few months. Just, you know, while I'm into this game, at least I'll be providing content. featuring decks, maybe some arena stuff. Let me know in the comments what you want to see, and I will catch you in the next video.